welcoming us and our panel here to 2021's first behind the scenes with Indie Filmmakers. My name is Domingos Coxi, and I'm the moderator and host for tonight. I write for the Hollywood News Source. I also run a film club, which I founded a few years ago, and I'm surrounded here by some very talented friends of mine. I'm going to pass them along so they can introduce themselves. And thank you for coming to our panel today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Valentina. I'm independent documentary filmmaker and editor and photographer as well. And my work, I would say, focus mainly in culture and people. And probably we'll talk about it more later. So for me, I don't know how many years ago it was, but I just finished uni, so probably it was 6 years ago maybe? No, 7 years ago. And I actually did, after uni, I did an internship in a TV company because I just wanted to see how it was to be on set. And then what I discovered, it was behind the scene, and I fell in love with the editing department. And so I discovered editing, video editing, and for me it was just magic. Like literally for me, editing a video, a movie, or whatever is just magic, because from scratch, you see everything on set is so fake, but once you put it together, it became true. So I think that the job of a video editor is magical. So I got really passionate about editing. I started by myself editing. I read about it and stuff like that. And I moved to London with the idea to work as an editor. And then things changed and moved on. And in the last couple of years, I realized that what really passionated me the most is documentaries. So documentary editor, I think, is the key that
Top
describe
stuff.
myself. Yeah.
Top stuff.
Yes. So it was like a crescendo, you know, like, yeah.
That's love. I
I
love
want to
games.
hear more about that.
I loved your answer and your story. I think I will reply to what I thought to reply, but then you made me think about something else, so I will add it later. Because when I came to London, as I said, I wanted just to be an editor, but of course, I needed to show to people that I could edit. And I didn't have nothing to edit. So what happened is that with my boyfriend, we started to travel just for passion. We were just traveling around the world, and what I thought was just like, you know what, I travel, I have fun, but I will bring my camera with me just to collect some footage, just to put together. Like, I really started thinking, I just need some footage, I need to show to people I can edit. And doing that, actually, I developed this passion, and I realized that when I travel, I particularly always look for a specific culture, the people, the food, the smell, the emotion I got. Like, so I started to make these short documentaries of places where I've been that they never been focused on me traveling around the world. It's always been focused on portraying the culture of the place. And this is how it started. I didn't plan it, it just started. And then I started to realize I'm into documentaries, I'm into the world, I'm into different cultures and people. But then, now you made me think about that actually, there is another part of my documentaries that is people. And when I finished uni for my bachelor degree thesis, I did a documentary actually, and I didn't even realize that now. That was my first work. So I made a documentary about a blind man and how he sees the world. And meeting him just opened me a world, because I realized we were living in the same world, but we were seeing it absolutely differently. So little time ago, like maybe 1 year ago, at the beginning of the pandemic, I started to realize I'm very interested in people, and I want to document people, because at the end, people are very everyone has something to say, everyone lives in a certain way, everyone sees the world in a certain way, everyone has something to say or something to teach us. And that's why I thought, ooh, 5 years ago I made this documentary about a blind man, I want to make more. And that documentary got selected and won in a festival in London. So all of this little thing motivated me to keep going. So maybe I started 5 years ago without actually realizing it. Yeah, you know, I keep having answers in my mind, but then when you reply, I start to have other answers, and I want to keep with your conversations. I'm a bit lost right now, but about uni, I absolutely understand what you're saying, because, okay, I went to uni, but I didn't study film. I studied visual communication, whatever. It's not important what I studied, but, I mean, it was in the creative industry, but no one cares about it. I mean, Yeah, I mean, don't think that because you go in that school or in that uni, people will hire you. Like, no one cares about what you studied, who you, like, all of that. They probably don't even read your CV if you don't have something to show them. So the most important thing is just do what, as I said, like, do what represents you, what you feel like, this is me, this is what I want to do, this is what I like to do, this is what represent me, and show that to people, because that's what people want to see. They want to see who you are and what you can do. And they don't care what you studied or what you studied. So maybe maybe just take your camera, actually take even your phone. You don't even need a lot of equipment. You can even shoot a film if you want, or a short with your phone. You can take pictures with your phone. Like, the quality of the work is not depend on the content. It's not how you did it. It's not about the pixel on it. You know what I mean? It's just what you are shooting. So produce, make stuff, and that was the advice I wanted to give at the beginning. Once you've done your thing, don't be afraid to send it to festivals, because there are so many festivals. There is actually a website that is filmfreeway.com, or I don't know what, but Film Freeway, and it's full of festivals, expensive, free, like high, like you know, important, less important. You know, there is so many. So just don't be afraid to send your work to festival. Because this will, as it happened to me, it motivated me, because I started to get selected, I started to put my laurels on the film, and I started to feel, okay, someone is appreciating it, so I want to keep doing. And that's create an image on you, because it becomes everything more serious. So maybe that was my initial advice. Don't be afraid to send your work to festival. Also, if you think, that's my first job, it's not so good, just do it. There are many free also, just do it.
Yeah, it's great responses, guy. I'll add to that, from personal experiences, try to be your authentic self. Once I began to be true to who I am, that's when certain opportunities start to happen. Everyone else will believe in you once you believe in yourself, and never give up. Yeah, go ahead, Valentina. Go ahead.
Just because, again, you made me think about something. Because I remember a moment, I don't know when now, I'm not very good with a sense of time, but I remember a moment when I just started to do my short video trips, I was calling them. Now I prefer calling it documentary of places, or portrait of places, but I was always looking online on other people who were making video trips, and there were some I really liked, and I was just getting so down, because I was thinking, look, that is so cool, look how he did that shot, and look how he used the drone and he did that, and then he did that shot. I will never be able to do that with my camera, it's so bad, it's shaking, I mean, I'm not able to do it good as him. And that put me down so much, because I realized, I was thinking, I'm not good enough to do that. And then one day, I don't really know how it happened, but people come to me and they start to tell me what they think about my work. And they were friends, but they were all telling me, and one day I really listened at it. They told me, your work is so good because there is so much emotion going through, and I think what you're doing is always emotional. And then I realized, yeah, actually, because this is what I care about in my work, is to send an emotion. And I realized I was always trying to copy someone to do something very good technically, but I've always been against that. I've never been a fan of the perfect shot. I've always been a fan of sending an emotion through the work. But I was always trying to copy, because that guy had so many followers on YouTube, you know, like, or in Vimeo. So then I've been a bit like lost, because I was thinking, oh, he has a lot of followers in Vimeo, I should do the same. But no, it's not true, because he will always be better than me, because this is his way to tell the stories. So then I accepted that my way to tell a story is not about the perfect shot, it's about sending an emotion. And once I accepted that, I just found my voice, as you said. So yeah, stay true to what is you. Because if you're copying, you're just copying someone else. No one wants a copy of something. Like, you need to be you, yeah. Sorry, I added this in the middle of...
No, it's all good.
I'm a bit lost again with all the answer, because I keep having new things in my mind when you reply to it. But like, yeah, first I was thinking, yeah, one of the things I learned is that you can learn by yourself. Again, it's not really, okay, then I discovered I loved editing, but I never went to school, I never studied editing, but I studied a lot by myself. I studied, there are tutorials online, there are people talking, I read a lot of books. In fact, I remember I was in the film festival of Locarno in Switzerland. I'm from Switzerland, so I went there, I was working there, and there was Walter Murch talking, and then he's the greatest editor ever. And so I read his book so many times. So you auto-teach yourself, can you say that in English?
Self-taught,
Self-taught, yes. So you can teach like you can learn by yourself. So read books about it, read people talking about it, go online, there is everything in there, and then do practice. So you don't really need a school for that. You can do it by yourself. But I got lost. What you were saying, because you made me think about something.
It would be about either knowing your own worth, keep on practicing, which was that?
Okay, no, I lost it. But well, I just lost it. If it comes to my mind, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, that's what I learned. Like you can do it by yourself. Like, it's a big thing. It sounds full, but it's very important.
You're actually right, though. You definitely can learn from yourself. There's so many books out there on something that you want to study. And I think the one thing is, get yourself educated, learn everything you can about what you're trying to achieve. And then...
Came to my mind.
Oh, do you want to...
No, it's fine.
It's the Gabby and Valentina show. I like it, I like it.
If you can shadow someone, if you can take someone out for coffee to pick their brain and ask for their advice, you're going to send about 50 emails and cold call 50 people, and 10 of them, if that, are going to get back to you, but it's still worth it, and you just got to keep asking, and then once you first get your first ever gig or job, it's okay to make mistakes. It's completely okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them and learn from other people's mistakes, and then you're just going to get better and better the more experience you get.
And I don't know if this is more an advice, but it's because it's something I learned through the years, so it's probably together. But show to people, like I learned that you need to show to people also what you want that they see about you. So maybe you can do many different jobs. Like for example, a lot of freelance that I get, it has nothing to do with documentary editing. I'm doing a lot of graphic design and motion graphics and photography because that's the job I'm getting, but that's not what I want to keep doing. And so this is not what I'm showing. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So stay true to what you want to do, and that is what people need to know about you. Then of course, I'm getting more of the jobs, but I'm a documentary filmmaker, and you need to say that in your mind. I'm a documentary filmmaker and editor, that's it. Then yes, if I get something else, it's good, extra cash coming in, but that's not what I want to say that I am. I'm a documentary filmmaker. So that's what I would say, stay true. Like I learned this. Just, you can accept whatever you want, but remember what you're showing to people. Like if you make a show reel and you show all the jobs you've done, but half of them you didn't like them much, you just done and you just want to show you did that, you will keep getting job for that. I don't know, if you edit, I don't know, weddings, you know, and then you show only that, that's what they will call you for. But maybe that's not what you want to do. So just show what you want to do and who you are. Maybe it was more an advice, but I took a few years to understand that. So yeah. Wow, I'm so interested in that. But so I'm working on 3 documentaries right now. One is in post, as you said, and it's very good. I'm very happy it's there in post because it will come the right time. But it will be a medium or a long documentary about my trip to India. I've been there 2 weeks, but 2 weeks absolutely changed my life. And that's why for me it's a very, very, very personal and important project of mine. So it's there in post, it's okay. And I'm working on 2 documentaries about people. One is in post-production, one is in pre-production. They're friends of mine, but as I said, they are people that somehow I find very special for any reason. And the one in pre-production now is a musician that actually when I met him, he was a homeless. So his story I found it quite crucial because from the street, he got a guitar, he decided to play music, and I went to his first gig in a pub in Camden, and he's producing his album now, so I'm so proud of him. So I just wanted to meet him again and know more about his story. And I realized that being homeless, it was nothing compared to what he lived before, actually. So I want to tell his story. So I have a couple of this kind of work, so portrait of people / friends of mine. And yeah, last year in November, I published a book, and I just realized I left it there, I forgot it. But anyway, I published a photography book and about people. Again, I've been working in Camden as well for extra cash. So I've been working in Camden Market. I've been taking pictures for 5 years of people of the market, and the market just changed completely now. So I realized during lockdown I had the time to put them together, and I made a book about it. So I also published a book. I have a website, but I'm happy if you want to follow me on Instagram so I grow my followers, please. So, V, D, A, write it down. V, okay, V, D, A,
Someone grab him a pen. Give him a pen.
underscore, photography. I still need to change it one day with documentary something, but people know me as VDA photography now. So VDA photography. Thank you.
If you had to make a film, what film would you make?
A film that I watched and I think I wish I'd done that? Or you mean? So I need to say a film that it exists.
What genre, by the way? Oh, okay.
You know, I feel it's a nice question because it made me think a lot. Because, for example, there are many movies that I love, but none of them I would think I want to do that because it's not my. It's just a movie. I love movies. I mean, I watch a lot of movies, and on Instagram I recommend a good movie every single day, more or less. But so I love movies, and there are many I like, but it's not really something that I want to say I wish I've done it. It just came to my mind a documentary that when I watched it, I thought, wow, that's really my style of documentary, like my kind of documentary that is below sea level of Massimiliano Rossi, that it was showing people in America, in the US, living on the camper van and all of that, the poor people in the US. And I loved it, and maybe that is something that really resonated with me because I felt that's so my kind of work. But at the same time, honestly, I don't want to sound rude saying that, but that's his job, and that's it. I will always want to do something that is mine. I can't picture something and saying, I wish that was mine, because that was his, and maybe it's inspiring me to do something similar, or maybe something that is on that, like, yeah, it's a good inspiration for me. But, you know, I don't feel that thing of, oh, I wish I've done it. I just look at it and I think, that's very good, I keep in mind, and I learn through it, and I get all the tips or skill, or I look how he done it, and I can get ideas from it, maybe. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just don't stop imagining things and be your best self. Thank you, everyone, and hope you enjoy Comic-Con. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.